The rain was relentless that night, each drop hitting the pavement like a small dagger. I trudged through the city streets, my mind heavy from the recent breakup with Maya. The ache in my chest was unbearable, a constant reminder of the future I'd lost. The doctor's words echoed in my mind. You are infertile, Gavin. You will never be able to have biological children. Maya's departure had only deepened that wound, leaving me hollow and despairing. As I passed a dimly lit alley, I noticed a figure huddled against the wall, a small bundle in her arms. My heart clenched at the sight of a homeless woman and her baby. She looked up, her eyes meeting mine, fear and desperation swirling in them. I couldn't walk away. Hey, I called out softly, approaching. Do you need some help? She hesitated, then nodded. I'm Callie, she said, her voice thin. And this is Rosie. Gavin, I replied. Why don't you come with me? I have a spare room, just for tonight. Callie looked uncertain. Are you sure? We don't want to be a burden. You're not, I assured her. Let's get you out of this rain. Back at my apartment, I made tea while Callie settled Rosie in the guest room. The baby's soft coos filled the silence, and for the first time in months, my home felt alive. Over tea, she told me fragments of her story, how she lost her job and home, and how Rosie's father had disappeared after learning she was pregnant. Listening, I felt an inexplicable connection. Her quiet strength awakened something in me. That night, I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, wondering if maybe there was still a purpose for me, something more than grief. The next morning, I woke to Rosie's laughter, light and sweet. In the kitchen, I found Callie cradling her daughter as she attempted breakfast. Morning, I said, taking in the domestic scene. Need help? She smiled shyly. If you don't mind. We worked together to make a simple breakfast. Rosie, bright-eyed and grinning, was a beacon of joy. Her tiny presence filled an emptiness I hadn't even fully acknowledged. Over the next several days, Callie and Rosie became part of my life. Callie was determined to find a job in her own place, but I insisted they stay. Truth was, I needed them to. One evening, after Rosie was asleep, Callie and I sat in the glow of the fireplace. She told me more about growing up in foster care, her fear of repeating her past, and the dreams she had for Rosie. You don't have to do this alone, I told her. Let me help. Tears welled in her eyes. Why are you so kind, Gavin? I hesitated, because I know what hopeless feels like. And somehow, you and Rosie gave me something to live for. That night, I realized my despair was slowly being replaced. Callie and Rosie were bringing light into my darkness, moment by precious moment. Weeks passed. Callie and Rosie became fixtures in my world. My apartment echoed with laughter. I began to anticipate coming home, to Rosie's delighted squeals, Callie's warm voice. One autumn afternoon, we took Rosie to the park. The trees were ablaze with reds and golds. Rosie giggled in the leaves, her joy infectious. She's so full of life, I said. She is, Callie replied. Thank you, Gavin. I don't know what we would have done without you. I should thank you, I said. You brought joy back into mine. Callie reached for my hand. We're in this together. We support each other. That connection grew. She found a job at a local bakery. I looked after Rosie while she worked. Days filled with toddler giggles became the rhythm of my life. One night, Callie sat across from me after dinner, serious. I want to contribute, she said. Rent, groceries, you've done so much. You don't need to, I replied. Your presence is enough. But I want to, she insisted. I need to feel like I'm rebuilding, not just surviving. We agreed on a modest arrangement, and I saw peace return to her eyes. Supporting her journey gave me purpose. Winter arrived. Evenings by the fire became our sanctuary. Rosie, safe and growing, radiated happiness. One snowy night, cocoa in hand, Callie turned to me. Gavin, can I ask something? Anything. Do you ever think about the future? With us, I mean. My heart pounded. I do. Every day. Her eyes widened. Really? Yes, I said, reaching for her hand. You and Rosie, I love you both. I can't imagine life without you. Tears glistened. I feel the same. I was just scared to say it. She leaned in and kissed me, gentle, emotional, honest. As we pulled apart, she rested her head on my shoulder. The fire flickered, and I held her close, knowing I had finally found my place in the world. The following months were transformative. My once lifeless apartment now pulsed with energy. Rosie's laughter, Callie's cooking, warm light in every corner. One crisp evening, Rosie played on the floor as we sat on the couch, fingers intertwined. "I've been thinking," I said, "about the future." Callie turned to me, smiling softly. "I know life's been messy, but I can't imagine it without you. You gave me a reason to wake up, a reason to care again." Her eyes filled. "You've given us so much, Gavin. A home, stability, love. I want to make it official," I said, breath catching. "Will you marry me, Callie?" She gasped, then nodded with tears in her eyes. "Yes, Gavin, I will." We embraced, and Rosie, sensing our joy, crawled to us, babbling happily. Imperfect, yet perfect, it was ours. Spring came. We planned a simple wedding. Friends and colleagues, touched by our story, cheered us on. On a warm morning in a garden filled with flowers, we'd exchanged vows. Rosie toddled around in a white dress, flower crown perched on her curls. "I promise to love and cherish you, Callie, and to be the best father I can be to Rosie," I said, voice thick with emotion. Callie replied, "I promise to stand by your side, Gavin. You're the love I never expected. Together, we'll build Rosie the life we dreamed of." We kissed. Our guests clapped. Rosie clapped too, making everyone laugh. As the sun set, I knew, no matter what the future held, we would face it together as a family.